I have something to say about Punisher, and spoiler alert, if you haven't watched any of the current MCU stuff, jump off. Okay? 3, 2, 1. So, now that we've had Daredevil, which they did the right thing by keeping the same actors, and we have Kingpin, who showed up. I still gotta play catch up on my reviews of the MCU shows. I'm like way behind. I just got done watching Hawkeye a couple days ago. Yeah, I'll get to them eventually. Most, they only get so many views anyway. So it's not like a big deal. I'll get to things. I got other stuff going on. Anywho. So there's some people that are bringing up the thing about the propaganda stuff and people who have the wrong think, why they're using the skull symbol. Most of them don't even know what the skull symbol is or whatever. And so Marvel now did this thing, and some people are trying to discredit fans for being upset about the fact that Frank Castle turned around and now is with the hand or something like that. Now, it's funny because I even said it on one guy's thing. I'm not going to say his name. He's a YouTuber. Where he's like, yeah, these people are upset. They're not even going to read the comic. Well, let's get this out the way. Most people are not reading comics anyway. Because it's stupid garbage. And that's not to say, look, I'm trying to get to it. I will be getting to it. It takes time. And right now I'm in one of several life transitions. So I will be trying to get to doing some of my comic book reviews. But I like to do the volumes. There's actually a book I'm very excited to talk about. And like I said, there's some things I've been trying to think of on the channel. So that's why you haven't been seeing me post as much. But this whole, well, let's change Frank Castle because wrongthink, that's why people were complaining. And I'm kind of getting sick and tired of comic book fans who gobble up a lot of what Marvel and DC are doing, and they're trying to act like they don't understand what the problem is with fans. And the problem is people are tired of the let's change it for the wokeness. Like, it's like the wrong thing. So the wrong thing people like Punisher symbol. Who cares? Why don't Marvel just do what they should do, which is take it back? Be like, no, you could still find a way to put it in a character where you could literally have Frank Castle just be like, I don't care about your politics. I care about putting criminals in the ground. Both your politics are dumb. Simple as that. And keep it pushing. Now, in the MCU, I've seen some people try to say, well, you could have him be War Machine. Well, not really, because he was still that War Machine story, which I don't care what it says. I actually thought that was a really awesome story. When I played Marvel Future Fight, they actually put the armor in there. Like, I really liked when he had War Machine with the skull thing. I thought that was really cool. They could do that, especially with the whole rumor that Rhodey's going to become the new Iron Man. The problem is that people liked Frank Castle's Netflix story. I said Frank Castle always works better as... I always felt Frank Castle will work better as a show. And you guys, any of my friends, they were just like, yo, I've been saying that for years. Like, I love the Punisher movie. And I'm like, but I think Frank Castle dealing with crimes, making it almost like a crime drama thing, worked better. Now, I really like the Punisher. The reason why I like the Punisher so much is because his story in a world full of crazy supervillains and stuff, he's one of the most grounded characters around. Now, some people might go, what do you mean? You know he's not. Well, there's a reason why practically every live action Batman takes people out. It kind of doesn't make sense for a regular person who's already taken it upon themselves to suit up, to go fight crime and to do things the law can't do, to then go, yeah, I'm going to take you to the brink. I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to stop your crime. I'm going to do this, but that's as far as I'm going to go. Now, I'm not saying characters should do that. There's different dynamics, and that works, and I'm okay with it. And people might bring up, oh, well, what about the real-life superheroes? Most of them are doing citizen's arrest. They're not going out fighting supervillains. They're not going out putting the paws on people. You see in the movie Kick-Ass, people died. Like, it's that stuff is real. Like, criminals, drug dealers, gangsters, they're not out to like wound you. They're out to take you out. So you know that force is being met with the equal and opposing force. So to bring him into the MCU, first off, he does not need to be watered down. I personally feel if you're going to bring him into a movie or something, that needs to be an MCU rated R film. And I'm hoping Deadpool gets over really well as an MCU rated R film to show that you can do it. Frank Castle has an amazing story because it's a super tragic one. And people seem to really relate to tragic stories, i.e. Batman, i.e. Spider-Man, Superman. Very tragic backgrounds. Orphans. Violence. So when I see a Punisher, it's like, okay, this guy is a different place because he's taken it to another level. And there's so many ways you can play. There's so many good stories to tell with Punisher. I just feel like Marvel trying to change him and do that weird changing of his symbol and the Shadowland thing. First off, it's not going to go over because it looks weird. It's fine, but it's the reasoning why they're doing it. They're not doing it because of story plot. They're doing it because there are people who have wrongthink. And that's what's getting on my nerves. I'm sick and tired of the thing. No, we want Frank Castle to be the Punisher. I don't want him like the IHA show grade from Purple Man. I get it. Purple Man is an odd name. I would have liked it to be Purple Man because he's Purple Man, but Kilgrave is still a pretty cool name. Say with Eric Munger, like those names actually work. But when it comes to Frank, it's just one of those situations where I'm like, just have the Punisher be the Punisher. Or don't bring him in at all. Because I don't want to see a watered down Punisher. I've watched the Punisher movies. Warzone was a little crazy with the violence. And you got the other one. No, Punisher is supposed to take people down. That's the Punisher. He is, for all intents and purposes, he's a killer. And I like the way Netflix handled the character. And that's how the character should be handled. He is a tortured soul. And he's very, very violent. He's not a guy who's like, yeah, we're good. Like, that's not how he is. And that's not how he is or how he should be. That's just my, 2 cents. I just think the Punisher, if they're going to go for it, make him the Punisher. Let him be that violent guy. Start dealing with some of the darker characters. Like, I don't want to see a Ghost Rider movie and then the whole time he's just penance there, penance there, penance there. No, Ghost Rider takes people out. He's the spirit of vengeance. Like, I think one of my issues with Marvel is, and I think some people's issues too, outside of like, Spider-Man, people are kind of getting a little tired. People go, oh, I love the movies. No, there's a reason why the Marvel films did not do well, and most of those films lost money. It's time for Marvel to start going into a deeper, darker path with some of these characters. You have an anti-hero. Punisher takes people out. You should play on that and the ramifications of the decisions that he makes. And there's some good story in there that you can have with the Punisher. Yeah, at least the first couple. Then, yeah, maybe by the third film, he could team up with where I think he was with Doctor Strange and they fought the demons and he had the demon guns. Or you can make him Frankencastle if you want. Or you could turn around and make him War Machine. Or, if you want to make him Cosmic Ghost Rider, sure. But I don't want, when I watch Punisher, I don't want to see the cookie cutter, kiki, it's funny. No, I want Punisher to be the beast mode. That's a movie that should be serious. You can put a couple jokes here and there, but he's a very serious, hurt character. Punisher is the opposite side of Batman. He's Batman who actually realized, no, it's better if I take him down instead of letting the Joker just keep escaping and killing people. Basically what Peacemaker said. I like that. I like the idea of Peacemaker. Hey, DC can do it. Why can't Marvel? But y'all tell me what you think. I think if you're going to have characters like Deadpool and stuff, no, Punisher needs to be just as visceral as he was in the Netflix show, just as violent. but you could really delve into the pain of what this man feels and why he's the Punisher. There's a lot you could do with this character and really get some Oscar-worthy performances out of it. And yes, it needs to be John Barenthal. Geek Protagonist, you stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real, and I'll see you.